A question I get asked very frequently is what causes wigs to oxidize, or what caused my wig to oxidize, or why did my wig oxidize so quickly? Well, all hair oxidizes. All hair colors, all natural hair colors have a copper base. That's why if you ever went to a salon and you wanted to do highlights or dye your hair a lighter color, and they bleached your hair, you would think they bleach your hair, it's gonna turn white or maybe a lighter shade of your natural hair color, but no, it turned orange, didn't it? That's why you remove pigment from any natural hair color, what you're left with is orange. And that's why all hair colors oxidize to orange. Doesn't matter if it's naturally applied pigment or unnaturally applied pigment. When you lift pigment from a natural hair color, you're left with orange hair. That's why it's so much harder to dye hair any unnatural color. Because if I want to, let's say, take this color hair and highlight it to this color hair, I can lift the color and apply highlights and get it to this color, because both colors, even though they're very different colors, they both have a copper base. But if I wanted to do, say, light purple highlights, light purple doesn't have a copper base. So I would have to lighten it a lot more and do a lot more to it to get it to much whiter, to like a pale, pale, buttery yellow, because I couldn't do anything with it from light orange. I'd have to get it as white as possible to then color it light purple. It would take a lot more chemicals, a lot more applications, so it would be damaged more. That's also the reason that hair colored to unnatural colors ends up looking more fake, because at a certain point it's been so processed that it's not so natural anymore. Even though it's technically real hair, it's super duper processed at a certain point. So that's the reason. Natural hair oxidizes. All hair oxidizes. It's exposed to the sun, it's exposed to the elements, it's going to oxidize. But there's a reason we notice it more on wigs. If you take anybody's long hair, and I say long hair because shorter hair, it's probably getting cut more frequently, that's why it's shorter, so those oxidized ends are cut off. It's less likely to be noticeable. And a wig's long hair is not new growth because it's not growing, so it's oxidizing all at the same rate. But take someone's head of hair, like somebody's natural growing out of their scalp long ponytail, gather it up into a ponytail, go like this, and you'll see those ends, I guarantee you, and I mean natural, not dyed hair, but I guarantee you those ends are going to look noticeably orange compared to the roots. That's because they're oxidized. And again, you don't really notice it because it's just the ends, and there's always going to be new growth on top. Well, a wig doesn't get new growth because it's not growing. And so this hair that's sitting up here, well, this can be years old. When it's attached to your head, this is never going to be years old. So that's why it's that much noticeable. Can it be prevented? Unfortunately, no. However, there are things you can do to slow it down. You can be careful what types of products you use on your wig. You want to make sure that when you wash it, and do not avoid washing it, that's not good to do. You don't want to wash it too often. You don't want to wash it more often than once a month, but you don't want to wash it less often than once every 3 months. But when you wash it, you want to make sure you're only using sulfate-free products. Sulfates are harsh chemicals that are in a lot of shampoos and conditioners and other hair products that strip and dry the hair. They're not good for any hair, but they're going to be especially damaging to colored hair. Even if it's not colored hair, it's not good for the hair that's attached to your scalp either. But you don't have to worry as much about damaging the hair that's going to be growing out, replacing itself, and getting cut off. And this hair is not growing out, replacing itself, or getting cut off. This needs to last for years and years and years. So you want to take extra good care of it. So number 1, only use sulfate-free products. Number 2, keep it hydrated. Do a deep conditioning treatment. You can get a deep conditioning mask. Anyone will do, just make sure it's sulfate-free. Ideally, use one with argan oil and or jojoba oil. You can find one in your supermarket. The instructions will say leave it on for 5 or 10 minutes. Leave it a good 30 minutes. Use it like conditioner. Don't get it on the scalp of the wig because it's designed to loosen knots. This is attached to its scalp with knots, so we definitely don't want to loosen those. So avoid getting it on the scalp. I try to get it, I apply it first at the ends and work my way up. Try to massage it in, get it like up to here, and then stop. And then just leave it and give it one final massage before I rinse it out using cool, not cold, but cool water. Be gentle with it. And then let it air dry. When the wig does start to show those brassy tones after a while, you can wash it in what's called purple or blue shampoo. These are not things that merely happen to be colored blue or purple. They're actually called blue or purple shampoo. Blue shampoo is for darker colors. Purple shampoo is for lighter colors. Like I would use a purple shampoo for a blonde, a blue shampoo for a brunette that's starting to look a little orange. You could follow it up with blue or purple conditioner. If it's somewhere in between, like a lighter brown, you could do one and then the other. Blue shampoo, purple conditioner, purple shampoo, blue conditioner. If you're unsure, you can contact a hairstylist friend and ask their opinion. Even Google can be your friend in this. And using good leave-in conditioner products in between washes can be really nice for the health of your wig as well. So these are things you can do to slow down the oxidization process, but there is nothing you can do to prevent it from oxidizing. When it does oxidizing, you could always just re-dye it, even if it's, well, especially if it's virgin undyed hair, then it will take the dye really well. So even if it's already processed, you can always dye it darker. So dyeing it back to its original, or I should say originally dyed color, is always going to be doable. Every dye job will damage it a little bit, but if it was a good dye job originally and you took good care of it, it should be a couple of years by the time you get to the point of needing to re-dye it. So by then you should still be able to get another couple of years out of it, and that should not be a problem. So if you want to discuss this further, if you have any questions, if you have any specific wig problems you want to discuss with me, please feel free to reach out. I'm available. My email address is in my channel information, mezzetwigs@gmail.com. I'm reachable by text message as well, 347-307-7331. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel And please feel free to share this video with anyone you think will find it helpful. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.